It is my earnest belief that violence should be avoided whenever possible, but when violence is required, that it should be done without pretense, without falsifying identity. If someone feels so compelled by their cause that they must commit an act of violence, they must be willing to accept the consequences for that violence. False flag attacks, or pseudo-operations, in which a government pretends to be another government. For example, Operation Northwoods, which thank goodness John F. Kennedy vetoed, would have had United States military aircraft pretending to be Cuban MiGs attacking all sorts of civilian targets as a pretense for an American invasion of Cuba. This was a bad idea. President Kennedy knew it was a bad idea, and thank goodness he stopped it. Now, Biffa has attacked my shop under the pretense of being GenerikB. A lot of people say B equals Biffa, but okay, guys, GenerikB, how could I know that B was a brand name B and not a GenerikB? Biffa has been cowardly, and he has caused damage to both myself and Mr. GenerikB, or Mr. B, as some people might call him, and I think it's time that he be brought to justice. And so to that end, I am dismantling much of my automated wheat farm, taking those bricks that they might be used in the construction of a courthouse, a grand place where we can really suss out who is at fault here. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure I've sussed out who's at fault here, but it's important that just as Biffa should not hide behind the identity of another, I should not hide behind the strength of my convictions. I should embrace and walk hand in hand with those convictions, and I should allow others to evaluate them freely and consider them on their merit. And so to that end, today, I, Joseph Hills, or at Joe Hills, have begun plans for the construction of a courthouse on the Hermitcraft server. This courthouse will bear witness to whatever ideals are held by us as a community, and will hopefully see a wonderful opportunity for us as a group to, let's just say, push past any preconceptions we have about Biffa and about the agency. I think it's time that we really explore what the boundaries are of this server, and we achieve justice, and perhaps liberty, for all. I've chosen a site for the courthouse way back at the spawn, and so I will take you there now. Time skip. Welcome back, friends. As you may know, I've spent a lot of time in the last few months investing in the infrastructure of our server, even going so far as to ask Jasassin to move his house that we might establish this broad new thoroughfare. Jasassin now has established a new home here. Unhost, another new member of the server there. Here is the future home of the bearded Canadian Jucetra. Pungence, and I believe that might be Schism, are set up over there. So I've selected this wonderful little island hill here as the location of our new courthouse. I've already cleared and raised some of the land a little bit, maybe not raised, but leveled, and I think that this should provide a suitable place for us to begin, figuring stuff out on the server about how we're going to deal with people who pretend to be other folk, how we deal with people who impersonate others. And I think that what I'm going to do is have a combination of nether brick and normal brick for the outer facade here. And let's see, I haven't figured out exactly the direction that everything's going to face. I kind of like the idea that the courthouse faces generally back this way, so you'd have a big glass window, because every courtroom should have a massive window right here in the back, I think. That's a personal belief I hold. So then we would have, the judge would stand here, defendant would be here. We would need a table here for the prosecution. Well, I guess I shouldn't have said the defendant, but the cross-examinee would be here. Table for the defense here. Let's see, you need a gallery for the jury box would have to be right here, so I might actually have to grab a little bit more sand. I'm probably going to need to turn some of this sand into glass as well, which I didn't factor in. And, ooh, that is very unpleasant seeing that stone there. But, anyway, so I'm thinking that this room should be about as big as we need. We don't need to get too much bigger because it'll start getting like uncomfortably large or inconveniently large. Because really, if we're going to have a courtroom on Hermitcraft, we're only going to be able to fill it with like 16 people at once at most. So then we would have like general audience seating back here. But okay, so let's go ahead and first establish. I've got a bunch of cooked nether brick I've been working on, because that will give me the opportunity to make actual nether brick, what do you call it? Oh, there's no difference in these names. It's just still nether brick. Good. I'm glad that they chose not to make that more confusing than it needed to be. So we're going to put a good portion of this sand, let's say 30 of them, into there. Feed some more nether brick into these furnaces, like so. Good. Great. So that's all running. Now, let's see. So I'm going to want to add sand. I'm thinking to make this a better rectangle here and to have this carried all the rest of the way out here. Well, actually, the floor isn't going to be sand anyway, so maybe I don't need to worry about that so much. But, okay. Let's go ahead and ring the outside lower tiers here with some of this nether brick, and let's add some stairs right here. There we go. That looks very, very fine. Okay, wonderful. So now I'm thinking we're gonna need pillars. I've got quartz here that I'm gonna play with. Now, the thing you do with quartz is you turn it into like a little square here to make a block of quartz. And that's going to get you partway there. But really, what you're probably going to want are quartz pillars. So we're going to take these quartz pillars here, and we are going to put them perhaps... Well, I don't know. Should the courthouse be... Should the stairs approach it from such a way... I don't know if I like having the entrance to the courthouse in the back here. Well, no, yeah, I do. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are now going to establish some sort of... So Unhost has these like single block pillars, but I was thinking I might do like bigger pillars. Why don't we go ahead and pull out some of this real quick here and establish a nice firm place here that we could have. Okay. Well, wait. If I put pillars out... It's weird, because, like, the front of the courthouse should probably be wider, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do this yet. But part of me, in my gut, says that what I want to do is set up kind of like a massive... set up, like, massive pillars like this. Right? Like, just 2 or 3 of these... here and here. So I figure I'm going to have the lower part in the nether brick, and then I'll switch over to the traditional brick for the upper area. Okay. See, so that's a good starting point. Those columns might be too wide, though. Maybe I will bring them down. Well, the problem is if I make them like diamond-shaped, they might not have enough. I want them to feel like they have some volume, you know? Maybe it'd be better to just do them as like 2 by 2 like that rather than diamond-shaped. Yeah, that might get me some more mileage here. And in fact, what I'm probably going to do is remove all of these back out of here and establish a lower, like, area here, a lower support structure. I don't know what to call it. A lower porch, maybe? Some sort of lower balcony. I don't know. Okay, so we are just going to add sand all through here. I'm going to break that because that's not going to help us add sand. But yeah, there we go. We're just going to kind of contribute to the hill shape here. Okay, cool. So now we can simply remove that and that and that. Sand, sand, sand. Okay, so this is now lined up with that outer edge. And it's 2 away. So we do the same over here. And we want to make sure that there's enough sand in front of that to make it look not like cheap or tawdry. Cool, cool. So, a little bit more sand over here. Oh, I'm starving to death, aren't I? Let's not starve to death. It's very hard to ensure that justice has been enacted while starving to death. Okay. Well, actually, wait. These are not far enough out. Maybe I should bring this one back one. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to bring this back one here as well. So. Cool. That's going to be like there now. Wonderful. Now I'm going to have to go gather a lot more quartz to complete the project, but we're just kind of getting started at this point. Okay, looking good. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up, let's see, so back here, we're going to have a place for GenerikB or whoever's, I guess he wouldn't be the court member because he'd be one of the plaintiffs. I don't know, who should be the judge for this, guys? Please leave comments suggesting who should be the judge in my case against Biffa. Let's see, we're going to want to put in, though, a few half slabs here, kind of behind. So, let's see, you would have it kind of be like this, I'm guessing. And so you'd come up here, and then there would be a booth for this person who is being interrogated, or not interrogated, but, you know, being questioned. The cross-examination stand. Oh, yeah, the stand. That's the name of it. So you have the stand here for this guy. And you know what actually might work really well for that is fences. Let me go grab some fences real quick. They should not be too hard to come by. Oh, no, I have come by none of them. I will have to fashion sticks. What a terrible outcome. Well, whatever. Actually, stairs might work interestingly in that. Let me try this with some of those. So if I just go ahead and come up here and I put down stairs. So yeah, this actually would be a reasonable thing. And the way this should work, actually, I think it should just kind of combine into the judge's one, right? So the judge would then be up at another level. So, actually, that might even need a ladder to kind of make it make sense. Whoops. Or maybe the judge approaches from the other side. I don't know. I haven't figured out all the mechanics of how a courtroom works, guys. I've never really... Well, I mean, I have... Have I been in a courtroom? Like, I've been in, like, fake court... Not trial courtrooms, but fake courtrooms for, like, law schools where they practice, but... I don't know if I've been in a real courtroom. Anyway, so you would have... I think I would remember that if I had. Maybe when I was like a little kid I went on a tour or something. So like the judge, though, would have a higher booth here. Whoops, that is incorrect placement of that block. We shall rescind it. Having rescinded that block, we shall build ourselves a more prominent place for the judge, who will be up here. So maybe I want to actually just put more steps at the top here. Yeah, because the judge is going to have a hard time seeing over all of these big blocks. Or I feel like it would look better if the judge had. Yeah, so we are going to go back to our crafting bench and fashion maybe 8 more stairs. Oh no, it has begun to rain. I cannot explain how unhappy this makes me. Oh no, I'm being rained on. My head is wet. See, that's what whiners do. Don't be that guy, guys. Seriously. It's awesome. It's fine. It's just rain. See, it doesn't rain on justice. Look where I'm standing. No rain. Okay. So, stairs. Whoa, that's too many stairs. So, how does this work then? I guess it would work like this. Yeah, so the judge would be up here. The defendant would be down there. Yeah, that, I like that. Okay. So, we will grab us maybe one more of these blocks here, then. Yeah, this is good. I like this. Okay, great. Now, that's not necessarily entirely centered. Oh, I might need some sort of seal or something on there. Maybe I should grab I don't know, something. That does block a lot of the window. But that's why it's so important that you have, you know, good windows. Wow, that comes out really far, though. Well, only 3-4 blocks. I guess I could move the whole thing back one, but it feels like it wouldn't be as grand. I don't know. So, either way, let's figure out what we want to do with these sidewalls. So, these sidewalls here, we will probably have... Actually, you know what? You know what might look cool? Is let's ring... How much brick do I have left? 63? Okay. Let's ring the brick around here like so. At the ground level. Just to kind of, I don't know, tie the whole thing together. Yeah, this is maybe... Because the bricks don't also line up together or whatever. Can be. Okay, so unfortunately these these bricks don't line up together at all. Ugh. Well, maybe I could try continuing with the general idea, but then substitute materials out. Or maybe what I can do is do it like the door, where I have, maybe if I had like... Yeah, that looks terrible. That's just bad. There's nothing good about that. Ugh. Let's see. Okay, if I tear these out, let me see how this looks. Just kind of removing all this unnecessary sediment. So I'm going to have my columns there. Going to have my bricks there. Well, you know what? Sometimes, folks, justice is not pretty. And this is one of those times. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to go back to the drawing board, because this doesn't have to be one of those times. Justice can be beautiful, and I'm going to make it that way. We've done just enough here to figure out that it looks terrible. And you know what? This area is full of partially constructed buildings, like that one, or that field, or that field. These are all... None of this is finished. So I shouldn't rush. You know, the wheels of justice grind slowly, but fine. And so I shall assist them in that grind. I shall re-explore possible materials for this structure. And, you know what? Hopefully you guys will be pleased with the result. So, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.